All right, so we're back for another deep dive. And this time, we're tackling The Millionaire Mindset by Jerry Robert.
It's a pretty popular one, right? I've heard a lot of buzz about this book.
Yeah, it's been making the rounds. We've got the book here, obviously. Some notes, too, even some of those dog-eared pages.
No ones have really jumped out at you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So are you ready to kind of dig in and see what this whole millionaire mindset thing is all about?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what Jerry Robert has to say. You know what I found really interesting, though? Right off the bat, I noticed the book has endorsements from all sorts of people, not just entrepreneurs, which you'd expect, right?
Right.
But also Jerry's own kids. Like his children endorsed the book, and that really piqued my interest. There's got to be something about the way he presents these ideas that connects on a personal level, not just a financial one, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so let's jump right in. This book kicks off with this idea of magic thinking, and it really grabbed my attention right away.
Caught my eye, too.
Yeah. They also talks about his mentor, Bob Proctor, who went from being a fireman to making serious bank in just a year, all because of a shift in his thinking.
It's almost like one of those classic rags to riches stories.
Yeah, but with this whole psychological twist to it.
It makes you wonder, right? Like, how can a change in mindset lead to such drastic results?
Well, that's what we're here to find out.
That's true.
So how does this magic thinking actually work? The book uses this image of a stick person to explain it.
Oh, yeah, the stick person analogy,
Yeah.
right? So picture a stick figure representing your subconscious mind, okay? Every thought you have, every single one, acts as a command to that stick person.
So if you're thinking negative thoughts like, I can't afford that or I'll never be rich,
You're actually giving your subconscious those negative commands. And guess what? It's going to follow your orders whether they're helpful or not. It's like you're the captain of a ship.
and our thoughts are the commands we're giving to the crew.
Exactly. If you keep shouting full speed ahead towards debt and misery.
Yeah, you're going to end up shipwrecked.
Exactly. That's why this whole idea of positive self-talk and visualization is so important.
Yeah.
You know, picturing yourself achieving your goals and believing that it's possible.
It's like sending positive commands to your subconscious mind, setting yourself up for success.
Makes sense, right?
It does. But let's be real for a second. It's not always easy to stay positive, especially when it comes to money.
Oh, I know what you mean.
It feels like we've been bombarded with negative messages about money our whole lives.
Absolutely. Money doesn't grow on trees. Rich people are unhappy. You name it. We've heard it all.
And that's where this idea of poverty consciousness comes in, right?
Exactly. Poverty consciousness. It's
Yeah.
like this underlying belief that we're not worthy of wealth or that money is somehow evil or scarce.
And the scary part is that a lot of us don't even realize we're operating from this place of poverty consciousness.
It's insidious, right? We grow up hearing these messages and they just become ingrained in our subconscious.
And then they start to shape our financial reality without us even being aware of it.
It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. You believe you're not meant to be wealthy, and so you act in ways that sabotage your financial success.
So how do we break free from this poverty consciousness? The book mentions a process for challenging and replacing these limiting beliefs.
Yeah, it involves becoming aware of those beliefs, questioning their validity, and then consciously choosing to replace them with more empowering ones.
It's like rewiring our brains for success.
Exactly. And there's this really interesting story in the book about a pearl necklace that illustrates this perfectly.
Oh, I remember that one. I'd love to hear you explain it.
Okay, so there's this father, right? And he keeps asking his daughter if she loves him.
Yeah.
She keeps saying, yes, of course I do, Daddy. Then he asks her for her pearl necklace.
And she doesn't want to give it up.
Exactly. She's hesitant at first. You know, she offers him other things, valuable things, but he insists on the necklace. And finally, with tears in her eyes, she gives to him.
Okay, now I'm on the edge of my seat. What happens next?
He gives her a beautiful, genuine pearl necklace.
Mm-hmm.
He had it all along, just waiting for her to let go of the less valuable one.
Oh!
It's a powerful metaphor, right?
It totally is. It's like we're all holding on to these dime store beliefs about money that are preventing us from receiving the real treasures life has to offer.
Exactly. We're clinging to these outdated, limiting beliefs that no longer serve us.
So what's the takeaway? What's the author trying to tell us?
To let go of the old, the fake, the limiting beliefs, so we can open ourselves up to something better, something more valuable, something that's actually aligned with our true potential.
I love that. Okay, so we've talked about the importance of mindset and letting go of those limiting beliefs. But how do we actually put all of this into practice?
Well, the book dives into some practical strategies, starting with something called the money management filing system. and a master data worksheet.
Those sound pretty intense.
It might sound a bit intimidating at first, but trust me, it's all about making your money work for you, not the other way around.
Right. Okay, so it's about taking control of our finances and being more intentional about how we're spending our money.
Exactly. It's about getting organized, tracking your income and expenses, and really understanding where your money is going.
So it's not just about making more money, it's about managing the money you already have.
Right. And you know what's crazy? The book mentions that a whopping 90% of families live paycheck to paycheck.
Seriously, 90%? That's insane.
I know, right? And it's not always because they don't earn enough. It's often due to a lack of financial literacy and poor money management skills.
It's like they're just not equipped to handle their finances effectively.
Right. They're stuck in this cycle of earning, spending, and then scrambling to make ends meet.
So it's not always about how much money you make, but how you manage what you have.
Exactly. The author uses this interesting concept called D-Day to measure wealth.
D-Day, like the historical event.
Not quite. In this context, D-Day represents the day your money would run out if you were to stop working today.
Okay, that's a pretty sobering thought. It's like a wake-up call to prioritize financial planning and build a solid foundation for the future.
Exactly. It's about taking a long-term perspective and making sure you're not just living for today, but also setting yourself up for financial security down the road. And speaking of building a solid foundation, the book then dives into this concept of multiple sources of income, or MSIs.
I'm really intrigued by this whole idea of MSIs. It seems like a lot of successful people have multiple streams of income these days.
It's becoming increasingly common,
Yeah.
and for good reason. The author shares some personal anecdotes about how building MSIs helped him achieve financial independence and even led to personal growth.
So it's about diversifying your income streams and creating a more secure financial future.
Exactly. It's like having multiple safety nets, so you're not solely reliant on one source of income.
That makes sense, especially in today's economy where things can change so quickly.
Right. Having multiple streams of income can give you peace of mind and also open up new opportunities for growth and expansion.
So how do we actually go about creating these MSIs? Does the author give any tips?
He does. He encourages readers to look for income streams that are low management, high return, and provide a valuable service to others.
That's a great framework for brainstorming ideas. It's not just about chasing any random opportunity. It's about being strategic about the kind of income streams we build.
Exactly. And, a key element of building multiple income streams is often overlooked: the power of masterminding.
Oh, yeah, there was a whole chapter on that. Mastermind magic. What was the gist of that again?
It's all about collaboration and surrounding ourselves with like-minded individuals who can support our goals.
So it's like having a team of advisors and cheerleaders in your corner, helping you stay on track and achieve your goals.
That's a great way to put it. It's about recognizing that we don't have to do everything alone.
There's power in numbers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And this idea of masterminding ties in beautifully with the concept of shifting from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset. It's about realizing that there's enough success to go around and that we can all achieve our goals by supporting and learning from one another. It's not a zero-sum game.
I love that. Okay, so we've covered mindset, money management, multiple income streams, and even the power of collaboration.
Yeah.
It's starting to feel like a really holistic approach to achieving success.
It is. It's about addressing all aspects of our lives, not just focusing on the financial side of things.
But I'm also curious about how the book addresses time management. After all, building wealth takes time and effort, and we all have the same 24 hours in a day.
You're absolutely right. And that's where the time magic chapter comes in.
Ooh, tell me more. I could definitely use some time magic in my life.
Well, it starts off by highlighting our most valuable resource, time, with this really poignant poem. It's about setting an example for our children and remembering that life's precious moments are fleeting.
It's a reminder that achieving financial success is great, but it's ultimately about creating the life we love, not just accumulating wealth for its own sake, right?
Exactly. And then he introduces these 10 time magic questions that are designed to help us clarify our priorities and make conscious decisions about how we spend our time.
So it's about taking control of our time and making sure our actions are aligned with our values and goals.
You got it. And he recommends some really practical strategies like scheduling what he calls closed-door periods.
What are those?
It's basically setting aside dedicated blocks of time where you can focus on your most important work without interruptions.
I love that idea. Interruptions can be such a productivity killer.
Tell me about it. Closed-door periods are a game changer. You can get so much more done when you're not constantly being pulled in a million different directions.
It's like giving yourself permission to focus and be fully present with your work.
Exactly. and it sends a message to others that you're serious about your time and your goals.
Okay, so we've got the mindset piece, financial strategies, collaboration, and now time management. It's all starting to connect. But, there's one thing I haven't heard much about yet that I'm curious about.
Sales?
Yeah, it's not a topic you typically see in a book about developing a millionaire mindset. Does the author address it at all?
He does. And it's actually a really interesting perspective. He argues that strong selling skills are essential for anyone who wants to achieve financial freedom, regardless of their profession.
So it's not just about being a salesperson in the traditional sense.
No, it's about being able to communicate effectively, persuade others, and build relationships. It's about being able to sell your ideas, your products, your services.
So even if you're not in a traditional sales role, having strong selling skills can benefit you in all areas of life.
Absolutely. And he challenges the traditional rejection approach to selling, that whole cold calling, overcoming objections thing.
Yeah, I can't stand that approach. It just feels so pushy and inauthentic.
Me too. It's outdated and ineffective. Instead, he advocates for a more attractive approach that emphasizes building trust, providing value, and nurturing long-term relationships with clients.
So it's about attracting clients rather than chasing them down.
Exactly. It's about positioning yourself as an expert and building a reputation for being trustworthy and reliable.
It makes so much more sense. It's about building a business and a life that you're proud of, rather than just trying to make a quick buck.
Right. And he talks a lot about the importance of staying in touch with past clients and building a network of loyal customers.
Yeah, it's much easier to sell to someone who already knows, likes, and trusts you.
Exactly. He even outlines a 6-step strategy for attracting prospects and securing sponsors for a seminar. It's a really interesting approach that focuses on building relationships and creating win-win situations.
That's awesome. But if this is about more than just traditional sales tactics, what qualities does he consider essential for a professional in any field?
He places a lot of emphasis on internal qualities:
Uh-huh.
integrity, honesty, persistence. It's about walking the talk, building a reputation for being trustworthy and reliable, and always striving to do your best.
Those are some solid values for sure,
Yeah.
but how do they translate into tangible actions?
Well, he shares some great stories about individuals who embody these traits, and he emphasizes the importance of showing up consistently, delivering on your promises, and always putting your clients' needs first.
It's about building a reputation that attracts people to you, not repelling them.
Exactly. And that reputation will ultimately lead to long-term success and fulfillment.
I'm loving this whole conversation about sales. It's really eye-opening. It's not just about closing deals. It's about cultivating relationships, building trust, and creating a positive impact on the people you serve.
That's the essence of the millionaire mindset. It's about approaching everything you do with integrity, authenticity, and a genuine desire to make a difference in the world.
That's powerful. Okay, so we've covered mindset, money management, multiple income streams, time management, and even sales. That's a lot. Anything else we should hit before we wrap up this part?
We'll get ready for another twist. The book then dives into this fascinating discussion about the evolving landscape of marketing.
Okay, now I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
He introduces what he calls the 10 new marketing realities. These are key shifts in consumer behavior and the marketplace that have drastically impacted how businesses need to operate.
So, like, the old spray and pray marketing tactics are out the window.
Pretty much, consumers are more informed, more skeptical, and have more choices than ever before. They can see right through inauthentic marketing messages and are less likely to be swayed by traditional advertising.
That makes sense. We're bombarded with marketing messages everywhere we turn, online, on TV, even walking down the street. It's no wonder people are tuning out.
Exactly. So businesses need to be much more strategic and intentional about how they reach their target audience. It's about building relationships, providing value, and creating experiences that resonate with people on a deeper level.
So what's the solution? How do businesses stand out in this crowded marketplace?
He emphasizes the importance of establishing credibility and showcasing your expertise. And that's where, get this, a book comes in.
A book?
Yep. He devotes an entire chapter to the power of a book as a marketing tool.
Yeah. Interesting. I never really thought of a book as a marketing tool.
It's brilliant though, right? It gives you instant authority and credibility in your field. It's like a tangible representation of your knowledge and expertise.
And in a world where attention spans are shrinking and trust is harder to earn, a book can be a powerful way to cut through the noise and make a lasting impression.
Exactly. It's about creating something of value that people will want to read and share.
This whole discussion about the new marketing realities is a game changer. It's a reminder that we need to adapt to the evolving landscape and find innovative ways to connect with our audience.
That's the entrepreneurial spirit in action. Always be willing to adapt and innovate.
Okay, so what's next?
Well, he wraps up the book by introducing this powerful tool for aligning our thoughts and beliefs with our desired outcomes. The 30-day Success Declaration Plan.
I'm all ears. What's the magic behind this plan?
It involves writing out 31 specific declarations, one for each day of the month, and reading them aloud with feeling and conviction. These declarations are designed to reprogram our subconscious mind and shift our beliefs toward success.
So it's like giving our minds a daily dose of positivity and empowerment.
Exactly.
No?
By consistently feeding our minds with positive and empowering statements, we start to attract those very things into our lives. It's like we're planting seeds of success in our subconscious mind.
And just like any seed, it takes consistent nurturing and care for it to grow and flourish.
Absolutely. The 30-day Success Declaration Plan is a powerful tool for cultivating that growth and transformation.
This has been an incredible deep dive into the millionaire mindset, from magic thinking to masterminding, from multiple income streams to the power of a book. It's a really comprehensive and actionable guide to achieving financial and personal success.
It really is, and it all comes back to that core principle, the power of our thoughts and beliefs.
When we align our mindset with our desires and take consistent action, we can create the life we truly want. We've covered a lot of ground in this first part of our deep dive, and I'm already feeling inspired to implement some of these ideas into my own life. But there's still one piece of the puzzle we need to explore: the epilogue.
Yes, the epilogue is really special. It features a powerful story about never giving up on our dreams, even in the face of adversity.
I can't wait to hear it. It sounds like the perfect way to wrap up this exploration.
It is. It's a story that will stay with you long after you finish the book.
Well, let's take a quick break and then we'll dive into that epilogue when we come back.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm excited to share it with you.
Me too.
Okay, so you ready for this epilogue? Features this guy, Dr. Ken McFarland, and he tells this story about a young basketball star named Tommy McReynolds.
Oh, I love a good sports story. What happened to him?
Well, everyone called him the Rope because he had this incredible way of bringing the whole community together, you know?
Yeah, those small town legends, the ones who really unite everyone.
Exactly. But tragically, there was an accident and Tommy passed away.
Oh, no, that's terrible.
It was just devastating, especially for his father. You know, he felt like all hope was lost, like he just had to hang his dreams in the closet, as the saying goes.
Wow, I can't even imagine what that must have been like. Such a powerful image, though, hanging dreams in the closet.
Dr. McFarland really wanted to help, of course. But it was actually Tommy's younger brother, Lance, who offered a glimmer of hope.
Oh, really? How so?
Lance was determined to keep his own dreams alive, even in the face of such a tragedy.
That must have been so inspiring for their father, seeing Lance's strength and determination.
It was. Years later, Lance, who had inherited his brother's love for basketball, was playing in the championship game.
Okay, come on, this has got to be good.
It was a close game, a real nail-biter. And the final seconds, with the score tied, Lance broke free and sank the winning basket.
No way! What a moment.
And you want to know something else? In doing so, he actually broke all of his older brother's records.
Oh, wow. Talk about poetic justice. It's like Tommy's legacy lived on through his brother. That's incredible.
It really is.
Yeah.
So what do you think? What's the deeper message here? What's the author trying to tell us with this story?
I think it's a reminder that even when we face those really tough challenges, even devastating losses, we always have a choice. We can choose to keep moving forward, to keep our dreams alive.
It's about resilience, hope, and the enduring power of the human spirit, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. It's like even when our dreams feel completely shattered, they can be reborn in a new form.
We all have that potential within us to achieve great things, right? We just got to believe in ourselves and keep pushing forward.
And never give up on those dreams. So, wrapping up this deep dive, what are your final thoughts on the millionaire mindset? Would you recommend it?
I would, definitely. It's been a really insightful exploration, not just about financial strategies, but also about mindset, personal growth, and creating a life of purpose and fulfillment.
It's about so much more than just money, isn't it?
It really is. It's about recognizing our own potential and taking consistent action to make those dreams a reality.
So as we close out this episode, what's one question you'd like to leave our listeners with? What should they be thinking about after listening to this deep dive?
I'd ask them to think about that big dream they've been putting off, that one thing they've always wanted to do, but haven't allowed themselves to pursue.
Maybe it's starting a business, writing a book, traveling the world, whatever it is.
Exactly. Don't let fear or limiting beliefs hold you back. Take a step towards that dream today, no matter how small it may seem. You know that quote, "The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step."
That's the truth. But sometimes that first step can feel like the hardest one.
It can be, but the momentum builds from there. Trust me, once you start taking action, even small steps, the universe will start to conspire in your favor.
And that's the beauty of this millionaire mindset, isn't it? It's about believing in yourself, taking action, and never giving up on your dreams.
Exactly. And remember, the millionaire mindset isn't about the number in your bank account. It's about the limitless potential that lies within you.
It's about realizing that you are capable of creating a life of abundance, joy, and purpose.
And that, my friend, is priceless.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive. It's been a real pleasure exploring the millionaire mindset with you.
The pleasure was all mine.
And to our listeners, thank you for tuning in. We hope you've gained some valuable insights and inspiration to create the life of your dreams.
Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep reaching for those stars.
So, as we wrap up this deep dive into the millionaire mindset, I keep coming back to this one line from the book.
Oh, yeah. Which one?
It says, the mind in itself can make a heaven of hell, a hell of heaven.
That's John Milton, right?
Yeah. And it just really struck me.
It's so true, though, isn't it? Our experiences, they're shaped by our thoughts, our beliefs. If we're constantly, focused on the negative, well, that's what we're going to attract into our lives.
It's like we have this incredible power to shape our own reality,
Right.
but we forget about it so easily.
We get caught up in our routines, our habits. Let our subconscious run the show.
And especially when it comes to money, those subconscious beliefs, they can be incredibly limiting.
Oh, absolutely. This whole concept of poverty consciousness, it's been a real eye-opener for me.
For me, too. It's amazing how those negative beliefs, they can just sneak into our thinking without us even realizing it.
We absorb these messages from our families, our friends, even from society as a whole. Money is the root of all evil. You have to work hard to make money, all that stuff.
And before we know it, we're living out those beliefs without even questioning them.
Like we're on autopilot, headed in the wrong direction.
But the good news is we can change course, right? Once we're aware of those limiting beliefs.
Exactly. We can challenge them, replace them with something better, more empowering beliefs.
That's where this whole millionaire mindset comes in. It's about taking control. Recognizing that we have the ability to choose our thoughts and create our own reality.
It's about shifting that mindset from scarcity to abundance, believing there's enough for everyone.
That we can all achieve financial success if we set our minds to it.
Right. And it's not just about money either.
It's about living a fulfilling life, right?
Absolutely. A life of purpose, passion.
It's about aligning our actions with our values, making a positive impact.
Using our talents, our resources, to contribute to something bigger than ourselves.
I love that. This deep dive has been truly transformative. It's given me so much to think about.
Me too. So many valuable insights, not just about wealth creation, but about, personal growth.
The importance of mindset.
Exactly.
So as we close out this episode, I want to leave our listeners with one question. What is it that you've been putting off? What's that one thing you've always wanted to do but haven't allowed yourself to pursue?
That big dream,
Don't let fear hold you back any longer. Take a step towards that dream today.
No matter how small it might seem.
Read that book. Connect with a mentor. Start that side hustle. Write that book.
The world needs your unique talents.
And remember, the millionaire mindset, it's not about the number in your bank account. It's about the limitless potential that lies within you.
It's about believing in yourself, taking action.
And never giving up on those dreams.
Thank you for joining us for this deep dive into the millionaire mindset.
We hope you found it valuable, inspiring.
Until next time, keep learning, keep growing.
And keep reaching for those stars.